Welcome to an overview of Ziva VFX 1.6. We've added a new Ziva transfer menu, and in this we have a whole bunch of tools which will make it easy and useful for you to be able to transfer anatomy from one character and apply it to many others. So I'm going to demonstrate the bone warper very quickly. So I have two blend shapeable meshes. On screen left is of Mr. Ink, and the one on screen right is of Oid. And these are both characters which will be available on the Ziva free store. So I'm going to select Mr. Ink, which is our from mesh, shift select Oid, which is our to mesh. I'm just going to hide them quickly, and then I'll marquee select Mr. Ink's bones. And in the Ziva transfer menu, I'm going to use the bone warp. And in a couple seconds, it'll warp Mr. Ink's bones over to fit Oid. So if we show Oid's mesh, you'll see that there's a general fit now, but it's not a very good one. So in order to increase the resolution of the warp, I'll select the bone warp node that's been created in the scene. I'll turn recompute off, make our TEP mesh smaller, and I'm also going to make it not as concerned about fitting the external mesh, but instead enforce smoothness, because the higher resolution TEP mesh will mean that I don't need to have as strong a surface penalty. So I'm going to turn recompute back on. And you see very quickly the TEP mesh has been up-resed and all the bones are fitting better inside of the skin. One of the characteristics of the bone warper is that it's been designed to not bend your bones in the middle. So if I were to select a single bone here, you'll see there's this custom locator drawing on either end of the bone, and those are the landmarks which actually get warped. Everything between those landmarks is deformed by them. Think of them as joints. But you establish where they are by painting their locations on the mesh. So that choice of the landmarks being on either end of the bone is really useful for arms and legs. The default choice isn't so great for skulls. So that's alright, because I'll make this mesh visible and I'll just paint some additional landmarks on the character. So if I were to just paint like so, you'll see that the skull starts to very quickly fit nicely inside of the mesh. And I'll just repeat that with the torso. Also, the landmarks are, like, since they're a painted map on the bone warper, you could easily script the ability to save that map, and then if you always have matching topology for your bones between your different characters, you can make this selection once and then reuse that on all your characters. So we're almost done now, at least with this initial bone warp, and then we'll move on to warping the muscles.